CX90. Oh my God, I gotta tell you, this is gonna be a fantastic vehicle for Mazda. So far, even though it's hard to see underneath all the wrap, this thing looks like it is going to be a really nice vehicle. It does show some kind of facial features of the CX60, but for the most part, you can tell this is a much larger vehicle. And what an exciting time this is for Mazda. So these two SUVs, which are supposed to roll out next year, we're looking at the CX90, which is the replacement for the CX9, and the CX70, which is an all-new vehicle for Mazda, which will be built off the same platform, which is rear-wheel drive, standard all-wheel drives, which means instead of the way the current models are today, where the car is front-wheel drive and convert to all-wheel drive, now these cars are going from rear wheel to front. Excuse me, and it's just an exciting moment to see what they're going to bring to the table. Now, Mazda always brings excitement because they're so secretive about their designs and their engineering and what they're bringing to the table. Now, it has been confirmed from a couple of different media sources that Mazda is going to definitely roll out an inline six here in the United States as well as overseas. The motor will be adjusted for the US market. This is their new Skyactiv X technology, which would be all new to the United States, but not so much overseas. Now, they have a Skyactiv X motor, which is a 2.0 liter, which is sold globally, but have not been able to be sold here in the United States. One, because they believe that it was just going to be just a little too underpowered for this market because Americans like muscle and power. And I hope Mazda really brings this six-cylinder with some power behind it. Not only just the fuel efficiency and an emissions, being able to pass emissions tests, but also to bring an exciting power to compete against those premium competitors that these guys got performance lines all the way around. So let's see what Mazda's bringing to the table. But the exciting part is that they are coming out with a replacement for the 9. Since the 9 came out in 2016, it hasn't really gone through many changes physically, both exterior and interior. They've had small upgrades here or there, but most of the changes to the car has been internal, like suspension and chassis, ride and handle, quietness, improvements in that and in those ways to the vehicle, changes of color, things like these are small things they've done to basically making the CX9 successful for them and for a family-sized vehicle. Now, we would like to see with the CX90 to not just have a complete upgraded interior, because they can't come back with the same old interior that they were running back in the CX9. So hopefully the CX90 is going to be truly on the luxury and premium all the way for them. The 70 basically being a 5-seater version of the 90, but offers the same powertrain. Now let's talk about the powertrain, because there's going to be engine options. Obviously, you're going to have the 2.5 liter turbo, which is going to be connected to a hybrid system. So basically, it'll be Mazda's first hybrid here in the United States. Now, Mazda's kind of new to hybrid tech, and so you kind of, are biting down, hoping that these guys have perfected this in their own shape and form, and are now coming into times understanding that this is the way the market and everyone is going. So from a performance standpoint, they said that this is the most powerful motor they have created, which is the 2.5 turbo, which now has a standard 323 horses with 369 foot-pounds of torque. Now the inline six also will have a hybrid version with a 48 volt battery, and the specs for the horsepower is speculative. Now in the media recently, they were saying anywhere between 280 horses and 331 foot-pounds of torque, but I gotta hesitate on that just simply because that would give it less power than the 2.5 turbo hybrid motor that they have now. So I suspect that this Skyactiv X motor with the hybrid should be putting out quite a bit more horsepower and torque. We're going to see what Mazda's offering. Now, I can't honestly tell you if the motors, are they just going to have a standalone without the hybrid, or is the hybrid going to be a standard powertrain for these two vehicles when they come? And so It's going to be interesting to see what happens when Mazda rolls these cars out. Now, the CX90 is supposedly, according to Mazda, roll these vehicles out between late first quarter, early second quarter. And so we'll get an idea of what this car is going to look like. I'm hoping that they do to reveal the car at the LA Auto Show. There has been sightings in Colorado where the car has been tested, and there are photos that I have for you guys to look at. Now, these photos do not belong to me, but I hope you guys enjoy looking at them, and thank you for tuning in. Again, we're getting closer to seeing what this car really looks like, and hopefully soon. So thank you for tuning in, and I'll see you guys for the next upgrades or changes that might be coming in the industry for these cars.